With House Democrats passing an unprecedented abortion bill last week, and with the potential for the overturning of Roe v. Wade in December by the Supreme Court, we sat down with Mallory Quigley, Vice President of Communications at Susan B. Anthony List, to get her take on all of this. Take a look. Mallory Quigley, Vice President of Communications at Susan B. Anthony List, thank you for joining us on the Capitol Report.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So, Mallory, last week, I believe the House passed H.R. 3755. They named it the Women's Health Protection Act of 2021. We'll get into, verbiage and wording of certain things in a moment here. But at this point, it was more of a symbolic vote, as it's not expected to pass the Senate. But what would you say is the most alarming or notable thing in that bill that you found?
Yes. Well, we'll take it from the top. The Women's Health Protection Act is a very deceptively named bill. Within the first few lines of the bill text, you realize that it is all about promoting and protecting the abortion industry. Women are not mentioned. It's specifically about being able to promote and provide abortion on demand without any regulations. This bill would undo all state efforts to regulate abortion and prevent future state lawmakers, as well as federal lawmakers, future speakers of the House, future leader McConnell's, pro-life leaders, from being able to pass laws that reflect the values of the people of this country and of the individual states. It's a very extreme legislation, striking down even the most modest pro-life limits, things like parental notification laws that protect underage girls from being coerced into abortion or brought in for abortions by sex traffickers, pimps, and even things like right-to-know legislation, ultrasound requirements, and information given to mothers so that they understand what's happening during the abortion procedure.
Now, there's a highly anticipated case that's supposed to be heard in December by the Supreme Court. I believe it's Dobbs versus Jackson's Women's Health Organization. What can you tell us about this case, and is there a chance that Roe v. Wade could be overturned when all is said and done?
Yes, this is the most significant abortion case that the court has heard in nearly 50 years, and it presents the most promising opportunity that we've ever had to start to correct the overreach of cases like Roe versus Wade and the legislating that the court did in previous abortion decisions. So this is at the heart of the case is a law that Mississippi lawmakers passed stopping abortion at 15 weeks, a point by which the baby can feel pain. This is a very modest limit on abortion. 47 out of 50 European nations limit abortion already at 15 weeks, if not earlier. And the Mississippi Attorney General specifically asked the court to reconsider Roe versus Wade, to consider overturning it. The question that they're going to consider, the court, is whether or not all pre-viability bans on abortion are always unconstitutional.
Now, you obviously have your finger on the pulse of this whole situation. Are there any indicators? Are you hearing any way that you think the Supreme Court might rule on this?
Well, we haven't heard the oral arguments yet. This will be December 1st, but all of the briefs and the amicus briefs have been filed, and the pro-life arguments are very compelling from a variety of perspectives. From the social perspective, the fact that women don't need abortion to succeed, they don't need to kill their unborn children, the scientific advances and medical advances that have been made since the 70s when Roe was decided. We know so much more about the unborn since then, their ability to feel pain when the heart starts to beat, really recognizing the unborn as a member of the human species from a very early stage.
Now, I just want to circle back to terminology. You touched upon it earlier. I always like to ask this question to people that are familiar, with the pro-life movement. The Marxist currents in our society have really hijacked language, whether it be in universities or different parts of our education system. And they do an excellent job of manipulating language. When it comes to the term pro-choice versus pro-life, choice isn't necessarily a counter to life. So do you think that there's a more appropriate way to refer to the counter of pro-life that you know, a lot of people tend to use the word pro-choice or the term pro-choice?
Sure. I absolutely call people that support abortion in any form pro-abortion. We have to get to the heart of what abortion actually is. It's a taking of an innocent human life and the wounding of a mother. And so we need to be plain. And if that means calling pro-life anti-abortion, I welcome that. Personally, that label, because it speaks to me being against a very violent act, which is at the center of this debate.
Mallory Quigley, thank you so much.
Thank you.